Temple Emanu-El was the first Reformed Jewish congregation in New York City. That distinction means something. We are proud to be part, not of a denomination, but of a movement that from its inception sought to integrate the Jewish community into the modern world and then change that world for the better. Among the leaders of our movement have been champions of spiritual innovation, religious liberty, and Israel's centrality to Jewish identity. The extraordinary president of our Union for Reform Judaism is all three. Please join me in welcoming Rabbi Rick Jacobs.
Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of the Union for Reform Judaism, it's a great honor to be part of this inspiring milestone celebration. With such a storied history, one could mistakenly think that Temple Emanu-El is mostly concerned with yesterday, but it's all about today and even more so tomorrow. 180 years when Temple Emanu-El was founded, the official Zionist movement had not yet taken root, yet most American Jews resisted its central premise. In 1893, Rabbi Gustav Gottheil, the rabbi of this noble congregation, told delegates at the World Parliament of Religion that Palestine is no longer our country. His view was completely in line with 19th century Reform Judaism, which believed that we Jews were no longer a nation, but rather full citizens of these United States who did not wish to return to our ancient homeland. That was, of course, before the traumas of the 20th century, especially the Holocaust. The story of Reform Judaism is powerfully captured within the history of this congregation, which transformed from its non-Zionist past to become one of the pillar congregations of our Reform movement's commitment to Israel. This inspired congregation helped reject the view of founders of our movement that caring for our own people was somehow outdated tribalism. Emanu-El is still vibrant 180 years later because you have understood that being Reformed means being willing to change, adapt, and yes, even transform. Dissatisfied by the limited opportunities for women's leadership in the Jewish world, Henrietta Zold gathered 38 women on February 24th, 1912, right here at Temple Emanu-El, to create a new organization called Hadassah. I knew that would work. I knew that would. Under her leadership, this new organization grew and now includes over 300,000 members committed to the promotion of Jewish institutions and enterprises in Israel, including the world-renowned Hadassah medical centers in Jerusalem that are staffed equally by Palestinian Israeli citizens of Israel and, of course, many Jewish medical personnel. This congregation was the spiritual home of a number of the most important and influential leaders of the world Jewish community, people like Louis Marshall, one of the founders of the American Jewish Committee and a galvanizing figure who led the Jewish Agency for Palestine in creating the infrastructure for the nascent Jewish state. People like Nathan Strauss of Macy's and Abraham and Strauss, who used his wealth and devotion to his people to make sure that American Jewry and the members of this congregation did their part in creating a homeland for the Jewish people. This congregation's leadership in Jewish life is not contained simply in the 19th and 20th centuries. No, in this 21st century, Temple Emanu-El has been and continues to be a beacon of commitment and care for the Jewish people here and around the globe. And while doing so, did not in any way diminish their commitment to the well-being of all of God's children here and around the world and in the land of Israel as well. On that fateful October 7th, when the unimaginable happened in Israel, this congregation responded with unbounded love and support. That excruciating day will be remembered for the rest of Jewish history, as will the immense solidarity that followed. I stand before you wearing this Bring Them Home talit, reminding us that while we celebrate tonight, 59 hostages remain in captivity in Gaza. 24 of the remaining hostages, we believe, are still alive. A recent poll in Israel found 69% of Israelis oppose the resumption of Israel's war against Hamas while hostages languish in Gaza. The hostages' families, many who are here in New York, are counting on our activism, and we must not let them down. Temple Emanu-El is rightfully proud of the distinguished and brilliant rabbis whose inspiration has been felt in the hearts of its members and well beyond. Your current rabbi, your current senior rabbi, Josh Davidson, is truly one of this generation's most compelling and courageous rabbis and is helping shape what Reform Judaism means for our time. Rabbi Davidson has led Emanu-El to be the congregation in our entire Reform movement that invests the most funds to grow our Israeli Reform movement. That support is not only financial. Rabbi Davidson's eloquence from this pulpit and his bold leadership in this city and across the ocean have earned him the admiration of our movement and the Jewish people. Lastly, we are in the midst of elections for the World Zionist Congress. I know you didn't all hear about it, but it's going on as we sit here tonight. It's our chance as diaspora Jews to raise our voices in support of the Israel that we love. While the Reform movement is the largest Jewish denomination in North America, we are a minority in Israel, just 8%, partly due to the lack of government funding in comparison to the Orthodox communities. Your votes will help allocate billions of dollars and ensure key leadership roles for our Israeli Reform leaders so they can strengthen the values of democracy, freedom, pluralism, and security. There are other slates that want to stop our growth and demonize our contemporary Judaism, but we will not be deterred. Your beloved Rabbi Davidson is one of the leading rabbis on our Reform slate, so please vote for him. Vote for him because he then will represent you and all of us in Jerusalem next October. While the state of Israel and the Jewish people are still making our way through the darkness of this moment in Jewish history, Temple Emanu-El has continuously radiated light and hope. May the Holy One shine the divine countenance upon this noble congregation for centuries to come. Mazal Tov, Shabbat Shalom.